Welcome back. This session is about easy IIoT upgrades. You might see we had to rebuild the stage a little bit. So now we have Alexander and Stefan. They will tell you more about this topic, but what is it about? Let's imagine I'm a production manager and I have an existing site. I've seen many sessions of IIoT upgrades and new solutions and so on. I'm really interested, but I want to get started and I don't really want to start from scratch. Throw everything away, everything new. It's a quite big investment and I'd like to start a little bit more easy. So I hope we can do that. I'm sure we can. And this is what Alexander and Stefan will tell us all about. They will also make a small demonstration. We will start with them right after a real short introduction video. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Now we would like to show you how you can increase transparency and efficiency with an easy IIoT upgrade. The ultimate goal, this is the ultimate goal for IIoT upgrades. SIG is the partner to navigate through to digital transformation. And I need to see the slide, sorry. We would like to show you today the solution which is called filling level monitoring. Before we explain filling level monitoring as a solution, we would like to ask you to take now the shoes of a regular operator in the field who needs to serve various kinds of machines. For example, in this case, packaging machines in the consumer goods industry, for example. Well, what's the challenge of a operator? As a machine operator of 5 production lines, for example, with a total of 15 machines, so you can see a lot of machines, I want to know the material, when the material level has reached a critical level to avoid any unplanned production stop. Because my shift supervisor is really pushing me and expects 95% machine availability during my shift. Why you can see here, this is finally the challenge of the operator. The digital solution from SIG covers certain challenges. The first challenge is you want to avoid the downtime, which is caused by a delayed manual process. We want to know when the operator needs to replenish the machines in time to avoid any unplanned machine stops. The machine operators cannot transparently see all the critical filling levels of the machines, so we want to provide that information also to the operator. But not only the operator, also the shift supervisor, for example, to plan the entire facility. Now we are talking about the solution filling level monitoring, which is a combination of devices and software as a service as it is hosted on the cloud platform. We are automatically alerting the machine operator with critical filling levels of the machine. And we want to show the shift supervisor the complete overview of all filling levels on the facility. That means for all machines. The digital solution is available to be installed as an upgrade on existing already actively working machines in your operations. So finally, as the solution is cloud-hosted, we would like to emphasize the fact that we provide information at any kind of information at any location. So, for example, if the operator is running around the facility, he can easily see all the filling levels of the relevant machines he needs to serve. The operator will be notified as soon as any magazine of the packaging machine has come to a critical level. He will be notified with an audio vibrating signal on the wrist directly while he's walking around, and he gets a list of active notifications of all machines. The notifications will be automatically removed after the magazine have been refilled, for example. The app finally is available on the App Store, and we combine it with a digital service on the cloud. How that overall system works is finally shown here in the solution architecture. Let's start at the bottom here on the machine level. The machines are already working, and they produce data. Data, for example, which is available via the PLC. We can access this PLC data via an OPC/OA interface, for example, but also other interfaces are feasible. So if the customer does not, or we do not get the desired information via the PLC, we can also work with a additionally mounted sensor, for example, a distance sensor from SICK, a DT50, for example, to check the filling level of the machine. So as soon as the filling level is reduced, the distance will directly indicate the level and also critical filling levels. So we have different kinds of data points. All these data points are connected with the Edge gateway. In this case, it's a SIM 1004, a very tiny device that you can easily mount, IP65 rating, so it can easily mount with a machine. And this device, combined with an internet access, pushes all the data points towards the cloud backend. And on the cloud backend, you can see a dashboard of the filling level monitoring, data collection, reportings, and all that stuff. So, and finally, we are using the notification service to push all the information here directly to this little app on the smartwatch that the operator carries around. But also we have reportings for the shift supervisor. Now, we have an overview about the solution, about the entire solution, how that works. And I would like to hand over right now to Stefan to give us a little introduction into the system.
Thank you. So let's have a look at the filling level monitoring service. So as Alexander already mentioned, this is a cloud-based solution. So that means the only thing you will need is a web browser, and you need, of course, a SICK ID. So if you don't have a SICK ID yet, you can always register on cloudsick.com webpage. And when you got your SICK ID, then you have the possibility to enter in our digital service catalog, which you will see now on my screen. And here then you can subscribe to this service. In my case, of course, I have already a SICK ID, so I can directly jump into the main dashboard. And let's do this. So when you log into the filling level monitoring service, you will see at a glance on the left side a complete overview about all packaging machine in your production line and the corresponding filling level of each magazine. So in our case, for example, we have 5 packaging machines, packaging machine number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can also see that, for example, packaging machine number 3 has 2 magazines and the other one have only 1 magazine. So the filling level is shown in a gauge display. Everything is green right now. So that means for the machine operator, he does not need to do anything at this moment. So there's no need to refill any magazine at this moment. So we're using simulated data for this demonstration. So I'm not really connected now to a production line. So on the right side, you see still an empty notification table. Here you will see all the messages sent from the system to the machine operator's smartwatch. So that means for you, at this main dashboard, you see at a glance the complete filling levels of each magazine and also all the messages sent to the machine operator. As I said, we are using simulated data right now, but only for the packaging machine number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Packaging machine number 1 has a direct connection to our demonstrator, which we see here on my left side. So that means, as Alexander already said, we have a DT35 sensor, which is continuously sending the distance from the sensor to the card boxes via via an edge gateway to our cloud services. And you see here on my screen, on the upper side, left side, you see the current status of the filling level. So when Alexander, for example, is moving some parts, on some cases on the so normally so yeah, you can see now that we have a live connection via Live Connect through the main dashboard right now. So when I click on the packaging machine number 1, we enter then in the detail view, and here I can set up some notifications. First, you see, of course, the current filling level on this page. You see the active notification table, which is still empty because we did not send any notification yet. And here you can also upload some images if you like. You can add some notes of your device if you like. But the main purpose is to install or to set up the alarm settings for the machine operator smartwatch. So here you can define at which filling level you want to send a you want to send a notification to the machine operator's smartwatch. So in our case, we want to set up 3 different notifications. So the first one will be, for example, an information that the filling level is lower than 50%. So that would mean that the machine operator is aware already that the magazine might be going empty soon. Next, we want to send a warning when the filling level is lower than 25%. This will hopefully give the machine operator enough time to refill the magazine on time. And finally, we want to add an error message when the filling level is lower than 5%. For example, that would mean that the magazine is nearly empty now, and then we have a productivity stop. So as you can see, it's very simple to set up these notifications. So I save them now. And on the next device, or next tab, sorry, you can then teach your device if necessary. So you need to calibrate your external sensor once. So you need to define at which distance the magazine is empty and at which distance the magazine is full. So in our case, the magazine will be empty at 252 millimeters, and it will be full at 126 millimeters, for example. This needs to be done only once. In case you're using, for example, OPC-UR interface, then you don't need to teach any device, of course. So let's go back to the notifications. As I said, we have 3 different kinds of notifications at 50%, 25%, and 5%. And let's take a look. How does it look like for the machine operator when he receives these messages? So I go back to the main dashboard, and please focus on packaging machine number 1. Alexander will now step by step remove some parts. And you see that the indicator is going down, and until we reach the 50% level, then we should get our first notification on the smartwatch. Here we are. So as you can see on the dashboard, we get the same notification as on the smartwatch. So saying that packaging machine number 1 has 31% filling level right now, and there's still 36 minutes left to refill the magazine. So when we continue to remove some more parts, then we go to we reach the second threshold under 25%. So sometimes there's a short delay. And now you get the second notification on the main dashboard saying that the magazine number 1 has a current filling level of 23%, and there's still 26 minutes left to refill the magazine. And finally, when the magazine is completely empty, then you see the third notification saying that the filling level is 0 right now. So we have an empty magazine and we have a production lost. Okay, so when the machine operator is refilling the magazine, you will also see that the messages will disappear automatically. So that means for you as a supervisor using this dashboard, or as a machine operator using the smartwatch, you don't need to confirm that you have received, that you got a notification, or you don't need to confirm that you have refilled the magazine. Everything is detected automatically by the system. And so that means you don't need to interact with this system. So as you have seen, it's a very simple and straightforward application. And for sure, it will save a lot of time for the machine operator because he does not need to check all the time manually the filling levels of his magazines. He can completely rely on our system. So this was a live demonstration. We can go back now to the slides.
So thank you very much, Stefan, for really these insights, how the solution finally works. That was really cool. Let's summarize now what the benefits of this solution will bring as an IIoT upgrade. Well, basically, it will improve the process stability of your operations because the worker knows gets some lead time to refill the machines on time, so no machine stops. So everything will run smoothly. The right information at the right place. Also the operator running around the facility and trying to serve 15 different machines will have all the relevant information directly at his wrist. Finally, it's also an increased productivity because all the information is provided as real-time information for the operator, but also for the shift supervisor. So you can troubleshoot right before the real problem occurs. And in the end, it also reduces the costs because we maintain the planned cycle times. So now you have seen what a real solution would bring, what the benefits are, but now let's take the 30,000 feet perspective of that type of solutions, because there will be many around the manufacturing industry. The value add by IIoT upgrades is also somewhere else on a higher level. You monitor the productivity and the efficiency of your facility, of your operation facility, simply by using the overall equipment effectiveness calculation scheme. This is a set of KPIs that you install, and you need all the data to calculate these KPIs. Finally, filling level monitoring is providing very valuable information to finally calculate the overall OEE of your facility. Because it provides information about the productivity at the machine level, it provides information about the availability when the machine is running. You make sure that the machine is running all the time, and you receive the real-time data to finally calculate these KPIs directly on the spot. So availability, performance, and quality generate the OEE KPI. And if you wonder right now how you would like to start, how you can start, we have two answers for you. As you have seen in the video trailer in the beginning, we are offering digital consulting services. So now there are two ways to support you with solutions to calculate also the OEE with either ready-made solutions, like as you can see here now on the screen, a little dashboard where we calculate the OEE with a ready-made system that provides the real-time information and also historical data to analyze your facility on the entire production line. We have presented this solution already last year, and now you can see this contributes also to a higher level to the OEE calculation. If you have something very specific that you would like to have integrated, we are also offering digital consulting services. As we mentioned, if you need a partner to navigate towards digital transformation, we're supporting you in your individual manufacturing process. We are developing with you together the right KPI schemes, and after that, we figure out where we get all the data from in your facility. And finally, we are utilizing the entire IT and OT infrastructure, finally bridging the gap between IT and OT of the digital transformation. Digital integration engineering from SIG provides competencies on the sensor level because we're able to integrate any kind of sensor data. On the edge level, as you have seen here as well, with our little device, connecting all these valuable information from the OT level directly to the cloud, and on the cloud level as well, because we are deploying our cloud-based applications on either on Azure cloud platforms or on AWS, no matter what. We are pretty much independent on this part as well. So finally, that's it from our side. Thank you very much for listening. We are now able to answer some questions. Let's start the future together, and we are looking forward to work with you for digital transformation and IIoT solutions as an upgrade.
Thanks a lot. It was really impressive, and if I were a production manager, I would have been convinced. So you could receive a phone call. Yes, we have some questions in the chat. One is, are you using MQTT to send messages?
Would you like to answer?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. We're using MQTT from the Edge Gateway to our cloud services. Yeah.
Okay. So it's
But it's perhaps Thick Live Connect is the tool that we are using. This provides not only plain MQTT messages, but also kind of encrypted data. So the communication from the OT level to the IT level to the cloud platform finally is totally encrypted. So you can make sure that the information is handled securely.
great. And I think we still have a few minutes. So how much software engineering skills do I need to install a solution like this?
Basically, it's not really relevant to have that much software skills. You do not need to develop or anything. You are guided pretty much through a cloud-based interface to connect, for example, via Live Connect your devices. And we also offer the services to support you with that. But for some customers who want to do more things on their own, we also offer tools to generate, for example, customized dashboards if you have continuous changes, modifications while you're learning in your manufacturing process.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot. Well, it's clear that after all these sessions you might have seen, now the time is there to take the step, jump in and give us a call. We're there to support you no matter what kind of support and competence level you need. We're there to help. So thanks a lot for this really interesting presentation.
Thank you very much.
And looking forward to hear a lot more on this topic. I've been notified that it's already lunch. Time flies when you're having fun. So we've seen a lot of inspiring sessions this morning. It's not over yet. So thanks to taking the journey with me. But this afternoon in this track, we still have 3 more sessions. There is a virtual visit to the I4.0 test sites that we will have. And later on, we also have SAP that is giving more input on how to connect logistics to their software platform. And finally, we take a trip to the UK to have a discussion about an airport over there. So let's be back in half an hour, enjoy lunch, and looking forward to see you again after the lunch. Thanks.